So here's the question. There's a proposal from a think tank group in relation to job seekers, who are people who are unemployed, who get a payment of €233 per week. The concept is that they have to seek employment. And here is the proposal that if they refuse a job, and that could be any job, that their payment should be cut. Okay, so let's just go into the world that we live in this moment in time. And from the moment you're born, you're taking in all the belief systems from your mother and your father and your family, from your community. And these negative beliefs in general are carried through a whole ecosystem. So it goes from your mother to your father, to your community, to your school, to your religion, to the media, to your financial system, to your corporates. And in the world that we live in, everything is about disempowering the individual. You're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you don't understand or understand how mental health works, you don't understand how to create your own reality. So you end up getting identified from an outside system. Now, with artificial intelligence as well coming on board, a lot of the jobs that are available are low-paying, menial jobs. Even in supermarkets now, people are getting replaced by automated payment systems. So that whole ecosystem that I talked about is basically crushing the human psyche. And you can see the potential threats at this moment in time. You know, World War III, 6 mass human extinction. We had the lockdown. You got imploding financial system, imploding governments. Men are programmed not to go out with women. Women are programmed not to go out with men. So there's a whole systemic problem there. And it's literally crushing the human psyche. So take, for example, that's why people end up on job seekers. Because their value is gone, their self-worth is gone, their self-esteem, they've no purpose, they don't think they're good enough. There's a reduced number of jobs out there. And that all has a big effect on mental psychology. And the reaction to that, there's only 4. You either fight, flight, freeze, or fold. So the fighting is, you end up going out there and you want to fight the system. Freeze means you just take a step back. Take job seekers, for example. Just take your payment and just do your own thing. Fight, flight, freeze, fold. Fold is the biggest one. And that's where all the suicides are coming in because of this external pressure and because the human can't internally process this information because we're not taught how to do that. So that's crushing. So let's take a few groups here. So I'm here in Malahide, very affluent area. Back in 2017, I discovered by going to various places, coffee shops, retail parks, supermarkets, a lot of the kids that worked in these places were college degrees, college educated, MBAs, PhDs, most phenomenal bunch of kids and talents were working these particular jobs. And they're trying to pay for their education, and on top of that, they have to, sit all the exams, do all the study, do all the hard work, and then go out into the workplace and try to find a job, only to find there weren't any there. And eventually that crushes that whole system. And also you got people who grew up in bad environments where, parents had extreme limiting beliefs, there was problems within the family, it could be drugs, it could be alcohol, it could be anything. And these were passed on to the kids. So that's another group. And then you got the technology group. Because artificial intelligence has taken over a lot of these jobs, a lot of people are out of work because of that. So, if you were to implement the cutting the payment of $233 per week, there's a lot of people there who literally mentally can't cope cannot cope at this moment in time because the mind is all powerful. And it's not what you do to them, it's what's happening inside them that's crushing them. And like I said, you're going to lead to a lot of psychological problems, mental problems. You've got things like, not feeling good enough, not being worthy enough. And this energy is like a ripple effect. It goes out into society and it ends up coming around and biting you. For example, I read today that there's a billionaire heiress and she's now disappeared. And she's disappeared into the middle of San Francisco, into one of the bad spots, let's call it. So at some point, that system and the ecosystem comes back to bite you, no matter how much money you have. And it'll affect every single man, woman and child. So I wouldn't propose cutting the payment for all those reasons. But what I do have is a solution. And I'll go into the solution in the next video. So this is part 1.